As they sat down waiting for the episode to air, the ad was dragging on forever, so they decided to chat and get to know each other better. Yohan asked Myung, what's it like being 25? Myung thought back to when she was 25. She had just graduated from college and spent a year going to auditions. In the industry, it's usually preferred to be single, and being brave enough to go need on-screen could land roles, but she turned down those offers many times. Because she cherry-picked roles, she only landed minor gigs. It was kinda naive to think indie short films would make her famous if she just worked hard. The reality, she remained an unknown actress till this day. Landing a role in a noteworthy drama with critically acclaimed actors and idols was definitely a reason to celebrate. Yohan looked at the beer Myung was holding and decided to toast to the start of her success. Myung couldn't help but think about the irony of life. Her dream finally came true today, but she was celebrating with someone new and not in the way she had imagined. Still, she decided to keep dreaming of a better future. Suddenly, there was a loud thud. Yohan had fallen asleep on her lap. Myung was visibly shaken, never imagining a day like this would come. She never knew this side of him, since the manager she knew was always stoic and collected. Meanwhile, Lily was freaking out about how badly she acted in the first episode of the drama as the main lead. That night, just when Myung thought she had her stoic manager all figured out, he fell into a deep sleep on her lap, totally drunk. He even sleep-talked, saying I miss you, and turned to smile brightly at her. It was never clear who he was missing. Myung wondered if this was the real Yohan behind his stoic facade. The next morning, Yohan woke up super flustered, showing Myung yet another side of him that was undeniably adorable. She asked why he agreed to drink with her if he couldn't handle his liquor, and he replied, you looked so lonely. Myung was touched by his response and handed him a towel, telling him to go wash off his embarrassment so they could get some hangover food together. While showering, Mr. Turtleneck finally revealed a hidden suspicious tattoo featuring the name of the exhibition's Muse. Myung drops the tea to Yohan that Lily got majorly roasted by the media for her cringe acting in last night's episode. She's stressing about the drama's future, but Yohan remains chill. He remembers director Ilha Bak's words, no such thing as bad publicity, just publicity. The drama hit its highest ratings, proving Ilha's point. Turns out, Ilha set Lily up to flop on purpose, knowing it'd hype up the spotlight for her later. Wild, right? Lily's deep in her feels thinking about how last night was a total disaster. Her flaws were exposed to everyone, and it felt like the whole world was judging her. She knows she's not cutting it, but she had to fake a smile and keep up the idle act like nothing was wrong. Flashback to her past. All her teammates' contracts got terminated, and they went their ways, leaving Lily to go solo. She knew she wasn't great at singing or dancing and wasn't as dependable as the others. But she had to hide her struggles from everyone. The team knew she wasn't idol material, so to stay relevant, she jumped into acting. Her entire career depended on this acting gig, and she placed immense pressure on herself to nail it. But last night was so brutal, she literally fell to her knees during the shoot. Lily was on her knees, trembling in fear. Hedo saw this and got super pissed. He snapped at her, if you're gonna act like this, just quit already. You're such a brat for taking this role for granted. He didn't hold back, giving her a brutal reality check. You've snatched roles from people who actually wanted them, and now you're crying over a few mean comments. It's people like you who kept Myung an unknown actress. Being talentless but famous is like spitting in the faces of those who worked hard to hone their craft. What a waste of film. He said all this with pure contempt and walked off, completely ignoring Lily's feelings. Lily got up and shouted, I'm never gonna quit. She knew she wasn't the most talented and had even stepped on some toes to get where she was, but she had a major issue with freezing up in front of the camera. Feeling helpless, she cried to her crush, I don't want to fade away like this. I want to survive. Hedo shot her a look, called her shameless, and walked off. After their heated exchange, the shoot surprisingly went on smoothly. Both were full of tension and pride, as though they competed to prove the other wrong. The production team thanked everyone for how well the shoot went despite the earlier drama. After work, Myung went for a smoke, and Hedo teased her, saying she'd look old on screen if she kept it up. Myung admitted she should take better care of herself since her looks got her the role without an audition. She confessed that all the attention was because she was someone's proclaimed muse. Hedo told her there's no need to be so serious about everything, reminding her that the world doesn't care about hard work or the real you. People just want to believe their own illusions, even if it's a curated false image. Then, he handed her a pair of tickets and demanded she go watch his musical with Jae. Myung revealed they had broken up a while ago, and in true Hedo fashion, he asked if she wanted to date him instead. On the way back, Myung decided to look Hedo up online and was blown away by all the awards and recognition he had racked up. No doubt about it, Hedo had made a name for himself purely through his acting skills. Meanwhile, Myung was mostly known for being Yoonmo's muse. She realized that to stay relevant, she needed to prove her acting chops soon. Just then, an article caught her eye. Yeonbin won a Critics Award for her role in the film Muse. Back in Hyunjae's apartment, Yeona was cozying up to him, confessing she liked him. Like the manipulator she is, she held his hand and promised that as long as they worked on films together, she's capable of fulfilling his dreams to becoming an auteur. Meanwhile, Myung was anxiously looking for new gigs to take on before this drama ended. She thought to herself, before the artist Muse title becomes a tired legacy, I have to make my mark and solidify my place in the acting world. She finally settled on a screenplay title to women. Yohan questioned if it was okay, even though there wasn't a director attached yet, but mine was already sold on the script. As she tucked it into her bag, she was reminded of the tickets Hedo gave her, insisting she watch his show with another friend, emphasizing it must not be a man. To spite Hedo's narcissism, she decided she must bring a guy, but who? She turned to Yohan, who was cluelessly sitting nearby. That night, Hedo played his role as the beautiful guy flawlessly. Ironically, it matched his real-life persona, using his charm to get his way. Myung watched from the audience, blown away by his incredible performance on stage. After the show ended, Myung handed Hedo a bouquet, praising his singing and acting talents. Hedo was pleased she came and asked if she was alone. Myung, who'd been waiting all night for this moment, happily replied, no, I came with a man. This greatly upset Hedo. But then the door opened to reveal not Yohan, but Lily. All three of them were shocked by her arrival. As soon as Lily stepped into the green room, she demanded to know why Hedo hadn't invited her to his musical, reigniting the intense mood between them. Myung took this as her cue to slip out, worried about their rising tension. Yohan reassured her, saying those two would be fine soon. Lily seized the opportunity to rehearse her lines with Hedo, making it clear she was there to plead for another chance. Hedo caught on and remarked that Lily's issue was putting too much pressure on herself to act naturally. As they started practicing and refining their lines, Myung couldn't help but admire their passion from the shadows. She wished to reignite her passion for acting. Several days later, Myung and Hedo were acting out a kissing scene. Just then, Yohan was notified about a new scandal involving the two of them kissing. It was finally revealed to the public looked at the mysterious man hugging Mayang in the exhibition portraits was none other than Hedo Kong. Back in college, Hedo was super clingy and loved teasing Mayang. Just as things were about to get spicy in the clubroom, Hyunjae walked in on them with ice cream, catching them in the act and leaving them both extremely embarrassed in front of their senior. Fast forward to the present, there were whispers among the production team, and it was soon discovered that Mayang was headlining the news once again, but this time, it's a scandal. Mayang was anxious, wondering who was leaking these photos and what more might be out there. The news reported that Yoonmil's body was discovered by his cleaner and that he was supposedly dead. Mayang started questioning if Yoonmil was truly gone and grew suspicious of Mr. Turtleneck. This specific photo was only leaked right after the kissing scene, and Mayang suddenly remembered that Yoon had once hinted Yoonmil died by suicide, contradicting news articles claiming he died a natural death. She suspected the person leaking these photos must be someone close, watching her every move. She asked, "Do you perhaps know Yoonmil?" Standing by the parking lot, a woman started a contemptuous conversation with Mayang. "Why do you keep changing your number? I can find out everything anyway." She then looked over at Yoon, introduced herself as Mayang's younger sister, and handed him her name card. Yoon turned and whispered to Mayang, "If anything happens, you can call me anytime," and then left. Her sister complimented her on finding a new man and stated her real purpose for coming over to invite her to their father's 60th birthday. "I'll probably get indigestion," Mayang said, disgruntled. Her sister sarcastically replied, "Take it digestive beforehand," making it clear that Mayang had to be there whether she liked it or not. So the fam finally had the dreaded dinner. Mayang's dad was real mad when he saw her. He threw a newspaper at her with all the deets on her scandal. He was fuming, like, "Is this the dream you want to chase so bad?" Total sarcasm. He couldn't believe she ditched his plan for a real job to be an actress. He was like, "How long do you think you can ride on your looks and youth?" His words hit her hard. Then he dropped the bomb. He was going to start looking into marriage prospects for her, saying it's the least she could do with her fading youth. Mayang was speechless. She knew her dad had a point, and she hated that she felt like she was losing herself. So she bolted out of there and, out of pure habit, called the number she always dialed. Oops, she accidentally called Hyunjae. She didn't say a word during the call, but Hyunjae took the chance to reassure her that she wasn't alone and that he'd always have her back. Mayang gritted her teeth and hung up. Hyunjae hadn't changed, but maybe she had. Slumped in an alley, Yoon showed up like her hero. He drove her home and asked if she had a great time at dinner. She nodded at first, but then decided to be real and said no. She confessed that her family hated her career choice and the scandal made her realize how hard it is to be a celebrity. In return for her honesty, Yoon decided to come clean too, saying he had something to confess about Yoonmil. Yoon dropped the bomb that Yoonmil was just an ordinary guy and that he did pass away. Before Yoonmil died, he made a deal with director Ilha, handing over all his Muse photos of Mayang, in exchange for Metaphor Entertainment to never reveal anything about him forever. Mayang was shaken, realizing director Ilha probably leaked those photos to the press. Yoon is uncertain of Ilha's true intentions of building Mayang up as Yoonmil's muse, which isn't what Mayang wants. But Yoon reassured her that he enjoys her acting and wishes to support her in achieving her dreams of becoming a notable actress. Meanwhile, Lily saw the scandal about Mayang and Hedo and it really bothered her. She asked Hedo if they were still dating. He hesitated for a moment and then lied, saying yes. Lily felt totally defeated and betrayed by his response. She felt like a total joke. Her feelings for Hedo were real, but she got hyped about him for nothing. Ironically, the script mirrored her real-life predicament, so her acting was spot on. She wasn't even acting. The scenes felt way too real. As she stood there crying in front of her crush, everyone was in awe of her performance. Right after the shoot, Lily confronted Mayang demanding to know why she wasn't honest about her and Hedo's dating status. She felt like a fool because her feelings for Hedo had grown too deep. Mayang was confused at first, but then realized Hedo had lied to Lily to get her to act her best. She told Lily to ask Hedo again, and he'd explain why he lied. Lily went straight to Hedo, demanding answers. He told her she got into the character so well because of his lie. Mayang reminded Lily not to take Hedo's words personally. When it comes to acting, Hedo is cold and doesn't care about anyone's feelings. Mayang thought to herself, this is why she never wanted to date Hedo again. Because the second you give him your heart, he'll crush it. And you'll never truly know if he's being real or just acting.
Get up.